Ladies and gentlemen, Democrats literally are telling Elon Musk to take your 20,000 jobs out of California, take them to Texas, and have fun there. We don't want you. He's the last car manufacturer. Tesla is the last car manufacturer to have headquarters in California. Now, this only happens in Democratic-run states. Just like the top go to the New York Times as of May 12th, 2020. 3 Democratic-run states, New York, New Jersey, and Michigan. New York's Democratic machine, Cuomo, de Blasio, Gillibrand, and Schumer. 3 Democratic-run states account for half, 50, almost 51%. Of all the lives lost because of this crisis in the entire country. We have 50 states. Don't tell Democrats that. We have 50 states. Half are in 3 Democratic Party states. And then you had the Democratic primary, where about 3 million people voted in person, risking their well-being and lives. This is on March 17th also, the majority of them. Without masks weren't mandated by law on March 17th in Florida, Illinois, or Arizona. But the primary still went on, even though Democrats keep saying, well, you want to open the economy up and risk people's lives? Well, you didn't care. Did you ask Fauci what he thought about opening up the Democratic primary or allowing 3 states and then a 4th in Wisconsin while people voted in the rain, getting pelted by hail to ensure that Bernie Sanders would be kicked to the curb? No, but you don't want to allow people to work. So check out my segment prior to this one on this channel. Elon Musk could technically arrest him, because just like the shop owners in Texas or other places, hair salon owners that have been arrested, I think there's one in Virginia also, or restaurant owners that are subject to arrest. The governor of California, the Governor Newsom, stated that, well, car manufacturers or manufacturing plants, they can open up. Or it stated that Elon Musk could open up Tesla. The county, Alameda County, and the city of Fremont in particular, told Elon Musk and Tesla, it doesn't matter what Gavin Newsom said. It doesn't matter what the governor said. We're telling you, don't open up. Elon Musk just now stated, I'm going to open up, and you can arrest me. Okay? Then you have a Democratic assemblywoman in California who stated F Elon Musk. Then he said, message received. And then there are 20,000. This is just the way Democrats think. He's going to take his 20,000 employees statewide. Here, getting back to work May 9th, 2020, Tesla is the last major car maker remaining in California, the largest manufacturing employer in the state, with more than 10,000 employees at our Fremont factory and 20,000 statewide. Now, he also employs a lot of other people with other ventures that he has in California, but because Solar City became, I forgot the whole, but I know a person employed by Elon Musk. But anyway, Tesla is the last major car maker remaining in California, the largest manufacturing employer in the state, with more than 10,000 employees at our Fremont factory and 20,000 statewide. Now, notice the California Assemblywoman did not state anything about a health risk. That everyone's latching on to that. You're not risking their health. But if you take measures and you're healthy, protective measures, and you social distance and do the math on the risk. More people lost their lives from the flu in 2017, 2016, 2015, and 2014 in California than than those who've lost their lives from what's going on in California right now. California, by the way, compared to New York, has approaching 3,000 people who've lost their lives, like 27 or 2,800. You add of the 80,000, over 40,000 people in the United States of America. Of the 80,000 who've lost their lives, a little over 40,000 are in New York, New Jersey, and Michigan. California has 40 million people, 20 million more than New York. This has not been the same severity. I mean, every life lost is horrendous, and it's a tragedy. But people lose their lives from smoking, from alcohol, from driving accidents, from drunk driving accidents, from peanut allergies, every single day in the United States of America and around the world, you're risking your life in some way. But you need to work. That's the important thing. Democrats don't see it this way. Look, here's an example, and this is AOC shaming Amazon and enforcing them out of New York. And there was a study here. This is the DemocratChronicle.com, and all the study estimates that the Amazon headquarters would create more than 107,000. Listen to this: 107,000 direct and indirect jobs, and add $186 billion to the gross state product. 107,000 direct and indirect jobs. Do you think AOC cares? Absolutely not. 107,000 direct, and that was a study run by Democrats. Okay? So, but it was a complete and utter debacle. What I would like to know is, does the Assemblywoman have an idea where 20,000 people can now find work once Elon Musk has the message was already received? You told him to F himself. You want it, and it's not just one Assemblywoman. Democrats in general. Major big corporations are leaving. If you're a big major corporation, why would you not choose Texas or other states that are more friendly to you? Instead, you literally have government officials telling you to F yourself. And you have government officials, so where Texas is open, manufacturing plants can start working. You have government officials saying you cannot open. 20,000 people cannot work to feed their families because they might risk their lives. If you're healthy, you're wearing a mask, you don't have a pre-existing, illness. If you're not 65 and up, the majority of the lives lost have been over 55, 65 years old. So if you're a healthy individual, you have a family, you want to work, you're one of the 20,000 people working at Tesla in California, why won't the city allow, why doesn't Alameda County allow Elon Musk to open up he's doing it anyway. So the county is right on one thing, even though they're completely irrational. And the hysteria has just consumed Democrats, because it's not. Elon Musk should have renamed his company the Democratic Primary. Then he could have been opened by March 17th, but he didn't. It's still Tesla. But here's the issue. F. Elon Musk. This is the California Assemblywoman. California has a highly subsidized company that has always disregarded worker safety and well-being, has engaged in union busting, and bullies public servants. I probably could have expressed my frustration in a less aggressive way. Of course, no one would have cared if I tweeted that. You're not speaking for the families, California Assemblywoman, and the workers, the 20,000 who want to work. That's why they're working at Tesla, because they want to work there and get a paycheck. That's why the taxes of the California taxpayer dollars, by the way, there's a $54 billion deficit. That's another story because of this shutdown, where lives would have been saved. The same amount of lives would have been saved had you told people who are most at risk to stay home, and then allowed younger, healthier people to engage in social distancing, wear masks, and work. You are never going to lose your life getting a haircut if the person cutting your hair and you are a healthy person in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, or even 50s if you're healthy. The mortality rate, depending on your age, is according to the recent Stanford study that was cited in The Hill, 0.1 to 0.2%. 30 times the projections were 30 times higher than what the mortality rate it ended up being. In 1957, we had 116,000 Americans who lost their lives from the flu. And in California, go to the CDC stats. In terms of lives lost, influenza, 2,000 to 3,000 more people lost their lives 2014 to 2017 each year. But, I mean, this is the Democratic Party philosophy. You don't pay taxes, so is he breaking the law? Is Elon Musk breaking the law? So there's a problem with the tax code. So have Democrats focus on that. But instead, you have AOC, you have California Democrats, you have all these people who are like, yeah, we're fighting for the common man. Meanwhile, the common man and woman, their jobs are being lost. Like, it's okay when you're getting a government paycheck because you could apparently say what you want as a Democrat, and you're not going to, you'll find some way to get elected. But if people lose their paycheck, their jobs, we have 30 million people unemployed. We have close to 4 million Californians unemployed. They have completely decimated the United States economy under the pretext of saving people for themselves. It is the most irrational, unconstitutional, unethical, immoral thing that the country could have done. And then they say, well, President Trump was presiding over it. No, the Democratic governors, media, Democrats in general, they don't even want the country to be reopened. And then they spin it to, Elon Musk reopening his plant despite health warnings. It's always the case. Influenza has always been an issue. The flu has always been an issue. Every year, 56,000 Americans died under President Obama from the flu in 2014 and 2015. 80,000 people lost their lives in 2018. We didn't tank the economy. 100,000 lost their lives in 1967. 116,000 lost their lives in 1957. So what are you going to do? How many lives lost from drunk driving, from smoking, from alcohol, from opioids? Why don't Democrats ban opioids tomorrow? Where's the bill in the House? Oh, that's right. There's no political utility in doing any of those things, banning alcohol, there's no political utility. We tried banning alcohol, 18th Amendment didn't work. So, and by the way, Hillary Clinton's going to be nominee. Share my Times of Israel article. If you're on Facebook, share it everywhere. Hillary Clinton, not Biden, will be nominee. Share my Huffington Post article. Hillary Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. That's below in the description and the pinned comment. And subscribe to Bizarro World Goodman. But they want Elon Musk, and that's my alter ego. You'll love it. It's below. They want Elon Musk to take 20,000. My question is this. Where are you going? Then the Assemblywoman says, and the lives lost from COVID in California are disproportionately Latino. Okay, our communities have been hardest hit. Yes, but how many Latinos want to work? How many Latinos are working in Tesla? How many Latino families want their husbands or their wives or their moms or their fathers to work in Tesla and to get that paycheck and to just continue living normally and begin life again? How many if you're watching and you're Latino and you live in California, do you want to resume life, to reopen business, to start living again? So this assemblywoman was speaking for tens of millions upon millions of Latino families and 20,000 people, many of whom could be Latino, at Tesla. Maybe that's why we take the public health officials' warnings and directions so seriously. You could take it seriously and still allow people to work. And if people have been disproportionately affected, and Democrats run California and they demand the Latino vote, do you think perhaps, Assemblywoman, that you deserve the Latino vote? That Democrats deserve the African American vote, the Latino vote, the Asian vote? If there are people, communities within California or New York, people of color, that are being disproportionately affected, and it's Cuomo and Gavin Newsom and Whitmer in Michigan who are supposed to not only are supposed to protect these people, but then they say voters should vote Democrat. If you're a person of color, you must vote Democrat. Well, but apparently the same people who vote Democrat in Democrat states are being disproportionately affected. That's not Trump's fault. That's the fault of Gavin Newsom, if that's the case in California. That's the fault of Cuomo. That's the fault of Whitmer. But don't tell Democrats that. They demand allegiance and loyalty from voters, and then they say, gosh, our voters are being affected more than other voters. Well, why didn't you protect them? Why didn't you go to the State of the State addresses for Gavin Newsom, Andrew Cuomo, Whitmer, Murphy, Inslee in Washington? Go to the State of the State addresses. Did they talk about masks, ventilators? Did they talk about COVID? Did they talk about anything that has to do with the current crisis? No, they didn't. On March 1st, Cuomo said the risk remains low in New York. So, and it's always the Democratic Party line is, listen to the experts. And how come these people are suffering the most? But they never ask, wait a second, which politicians, which political machine are presiding over these communities? Oh, that's right, Democrat. And which governors are supposed to have protected these people? Oh, that's right, Democratic governors. And then when Trump says we want to reopen the economy, governors say, you can't tell us what to do. And so you expect them to listen to Trump in February or January. And by the way, Trump never knew in January. That is a fake, phony report that said that the intel community told him, because the intel community would have told Adam Schiff, because he's chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. And the intel community leaked the Steele dossier, but they wouldn't leak this information. They only told Trump just so they could say they told him. So, okay, then it's understood. I'm tired of subsidizing a company. You're not subsidizing anyone, California Assembly person. The state is that continues to put workers at risk. Where's the evidence that Tesla's put workers at risk? Union bust and bullies public servants. How do you... Strange partnership, but I probably could have expressed my frustrations. Okay, 20,000 Californians work at Tesla, a car manufacturer, the only one left. How many are Latino? How many are Californians and Latinos and citizens of all backgrounds who want to work again? My God Almighty, you have Democrats literally saying you can't work. They're saying you can't work because we're going to protect you from yourself, but if you want to vote, no problem. Because 3 million plus voted in Arizona, Florida, and Illinois, and then Wisconsin, in the rain, by the way, just to kick Bernie Sanders to the curb. Democrats voted in the rain, to ensure they wouldn't have Medicare for all during the pandemic. If you're a Latino and you're watching this channel, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts as to what the California Assemblywoman stated pertaining to Elon Musk and California, the lives lost being disproportionately Latino, and the fact that if that's the case, why do California Democrats demand the Latino vote after not having protected the community from this crisis? Gavin Newsom and all the mayors, mayor of San Francisco, the mayor of Los Angeles, these are all Democrats. The Democratic machine in California, Democratic machine in New York. Thank God California has done a lot infinitely better. We have 20 million more people, but we're far more spread out. And it's just different in California. The geography is different in California. But give me your thoughts below. They're telling Elon Musk to F himself. And my question is, where are California Democrats going to find 20,000 jobs once he leaves completely and takes and gives 20,000 jobs to Texans, to the people of Texas? Or does he say, okay, employees in working in California, you could try to relocate, but what if people don't have the money to relocate? What if they can't just relocate? What if people, kids are going to school, they have wives or husbands working? So it's like you're going to have either 20,000 or close to 20,000 people lose their jobs because Democrats just want to make a point regarding Tesla. Give me your thoughts below. Only Democrats would say F jobs. Give me your thoughts. Not Steve Jobs, actually, workers. Give me your thoughts below. Subscribe to Bizarro World Goodman. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. And it's unbelievable. Share my Times of Israel article right now. Hillary Clinton, not Biden, will be Democratic nominee. I will have made the biggest political call